Hello, my lovelies. Aries, this is going to be your weekly reading. We are shifting some things on the channel. It's going to start being all-inclusive for your sign-specific readings. So what does that translate to? Instead of all the messages being on the channel, we're going to combine all the messages for the week into your one weekly reading. So hopefully that makes it a little easier. And if there's something you guys really want to see more of, please comment on the videos and let me know. All right, Aries, we're going to start with Soundtrack of Our Life, my little song deck here. Let's see what songs could be significant to you for this week. And let's see what music messages are coming through for you. Those ones are kind of sticking out funny. Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. All right. Well, you might have some animalistic urges for a certain someone. Interesting. I feel like there is a person that just does it for you and that you are really wanting to connect with this person. I feel like there's also some things that maybe you haven't told this person, maybe how strong your feelings actually are. Maybe they don't actually know. But I do think that for some of you, you might want to make a commitment or a promise of forever with this person. You might see them as just the right fit for you. Interesting. All right, Aries, what do we have from the dragons? Wow, what messages do you need from the dragons? Your scars. All right, well, there could be some old wounding that comes to the surface this week for you. It could also be that maybe you're recovering from something, some sort of injury or surgery, but I feel more that like your scars tell a story, and I feel like that's part of what you're here to do, is to kind of share your testimony or share your story with people, and that I feel like since you have healed from these things, that gives you kind of this knowledge to be able to share with other people. So remember that your scars tell a story, and part of that story is that you survived whatever this was that tried to harm you. And the nutrition dragon. So are you taking good care of your vessel? Remember, you only get one shot in each of them. So I feel like this could be that maybe you're making some healthier lifestyle choices, whether that's diet, exercise, mental health, spiritual health, all of the above. I feel like this nutrition dragon is going to help guide you to make better choices to take good care of your spiritual body. From the angels, what do we need to see? Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What do we have from the angels? Thank you, angels. Show us what Aries needs to see. Ooh, Spirit really needs you to listen deeply. Your spirit team could be trying to connect with you. God, source, spirit, the universe, ancestors, guardians, all of that would factor into it. So are you listening with the intent to reply, or are you actively listening to receive a message? I feel like that's what the angels are trying to tell you, is that you need to listen without needing to reply, that you just need to be able to listen. What else do we need to see? Oh, and healing energy. So healing from any sort of setback, pain, injuries. I feel like there could also be, maybe you're somebody who works in the medical industry. You might be a spiritual healer, things like that. You could also be healing some old wounding, some old scars this week. Interesting. What do we have from our shadow self that we need to see this week? What do we need to work on? All right, we have the 9 of Wands. I can't read Roman numerals, you guys know that. So your guard is super high, but you're slowly learning to let people in. Okay, this is painting a picture that makes way more sense. You have these urges that keep coming to the surface for, I feel like it's a specific someone. I don't feel like it's multiple people. Although in the past, I feel like maybe it was, you know, you had a lot of different irons in the fire, so to speak, that you had a lot of different maybe interests. Maybe you had multiple people that you were, you know, dating, messing around with, whatever, situationships. And I feel like that doesn't appeal to you any longer. But I feel like there's still some old woundings that are trying to be healed at this time. And I feel like there could be some triggers that also come to the surface. So I feel like it's going to be really important for you that you work through those things, that you learn to trust again, that you learn to let your guard down again, and that for the right person, I feel like you absolutely would. What else? Yep, we are closing some old chapters and getting out of survival mode. Why? Because we're focused on healing. So that comes out with the nutrition dragon. I feel like by pouring into yourself and giving yourself the, let's put it in a perspective that maybe is easier to understand. Think of a plant, okay? It starts out as a seed, and you have to put that seed into the earth and water it and give it sunlight and nutrition in order for it to grow. Well, you are slowly starting to grow, and over time, you will start to see that you can actually blossom and grow. So I feel like you are learning to let go of the past. You're learning to get out of survival mode. You're learning to trust again. And because you're learning to trust again, there are new opportunities that will present themselves. But you have to focus on the healing aspect first. There's been some sort of pain, deception, heartbreak, separation, or a shocking attack. And Spirit wants you to see that not everybody is the type of person that's going to hurt you. One more of these, please. All right. So you could have thought that you've missed out on some sort of abundance or opportunity. But what this card signifies is that you haven't missed out. There's been a delay. And the delay is going to prove necessary because you had to get forward through some of this healing before you were ready to receive. So by releasing the past and healing from those things, trusting your instincts and intuition, Spirit is going to guide you towards healing as well as abundance. And I love that. So that's a really powerful message. What do we need to know about integrating these things this week? All right, Nine of Wands, Nine of Wands. So by learning to trust your instincts again, learning to let go of the past, learning to let people in slowly, trusting slowly, you are able to slowly let your guard down. So I feel like you've been through a lot and that you need to really take away the lesson, and that's how you're going to grow and learn to trust again. The World. So by closing out these old chapters of pain and deception and living in survival mode, you open up a world of opportunities. Literally, that's the World card. And this is going to involve maybe you traveling someplace. I feel like you might want to travel, move, relocate. You could be meeting people online, the World Wide Web. You're closing out old painful chapters so you can begin something new. So that's incredible. And the Page of Cups. I do think there is a certain someone that has stirred your romantic feelings. I feel like this person's very spiritual in nature. I feel like they've also been through the ringer when it comes to pain and heartbreak. And I feel like you two understand each other. Maybe they're a good listener. Maybe you are. Maybe you both really kind of mesh well with each other. And I feel like you want to offer a cup of love to this person. The Seven of Swords, but you're so worried about deception. I feel like you've been really lied to, cheated on, hurt in the past, and so it gives you a little bit of pause that you're unsure of still. So Spirit is trying to tell you to heal that you need to listen to what your angels are telling you, and you need to heal that aspect to get to something that's much better. But you need to be cautious of the company you keep. You could be surrounded by people who aren't good for you at this time, and that is what you need to walk away from. No more deception. I feel like with the Six of Swords, you also need to maybe travel, move, or relocate to get away from this stuff and to go towards your peace. So we don't want to keep like going down the same path because it's not good for us. Something has got to change. What are some signs, symbols, and synchronicities for Aries? What do they need to see? The seashell. You might live near an ocean or a beach. The seashell is telling you to keep a determined mindset. You are protected and you are bridging the spiritual with the physical. The Train. So this tells us that you're on track to either leave something behind, go on a journey, go in a new direction, departures, arrivals, journey, and movement. You might be taking a train ride somewhere. And the 7. This is God's number for completion. So there is the need for rest as well as you're completing a difficult cycle. And we also have the 13, so the divine feminine energy. You may have met your divine counterpart, male or female. You could be seeing the number 7 and 13. Those might be significant for you. Lunar cycles, fertility, and divine feminine energy. We have masculine energy with the 7. You are protected. Spirit wants you to know that you're under some sort of cloak of protection and authority, and that you are always divinely guided and protected. All right. Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Show me what they need to see for the next 7 days. Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Next 7 days. Show me 7 cards. All right. Okay, Aries, so the first thing I'm seeing is that you definitely are contemplating movement, whether that's physically traveling, moving, relocating. You're getting out of some sort of conflict and chaos because you've been through enough and you desire peace in your life. I feel like you need to be cautious with who you get involved with romantically at this time. You might have been a bit of a player at some point in your life. This is kind of the hit it and quit it energy. It's player energy. It's non-committal. Is that still you, or are you looking for something more stable? I feel like you may not have found what you're looking for, and for others of you, it's like right under your nose, and you're going to have to kind of wake up and see. For some of you, you're going to travel to this person, and you're going to like finally make it, they're telling me make it official or make your move. And so there's something to do with needing to kind of plan. And I feel like that's kind of not what you would normally do as plan, but there is some hard work that's required. I feel like work could also be a priority to you. Remember, you want quality over quantity because your reputation could definitely be at stake there. All right, there are some positive changes coming in for like emotional fulfillment for you. And I feel like this is an indication that you have a wish come true coming in. It could be in the form of a person. It could also be financial gain that's coming to you, or your peace because you aren't in survival mode any longer. Regardless of whatever this happens to be for each one of you, I feel like it's a positive change coming in. You might go into business with somebody. You might also be trying to start your own business. You might be maybe a healer of some sort. Maybe that's something you're going to expand on. But the Queen of Pentacles is somebody who's very domineering. She's very business focused. And I feel like you see that, especially if this is a partnership. It's going to benefit you greatly. So you're going to have more than enough to be generous with other people, be charitable to others. And I feel like that's something that you also want to do. So your advice this week is Spirit's telling you if the relationships in your life cannot be salvaged, if there's collateral damage, it is time to finally walk away from those and go towards something that is more peaceful. Have a great week.